Greetings all. I pray you're all in good health and everything's tickety-boo. Let me just adjust this and just put it up here. There we go. That's better. Do you think that's better? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, greetings all. I pray you're all in good health and everything's tickety-boo and life is going really well for you and it's going upstream rather than downstream. You got to remember, some like to swim upstream because it's the spawning ground, so it's about life, it's about fertility and everything. And to be good in life and to have good things in life, I think you've got to start with good health and good spirituality and good mental. The three. I keep going on about the three. However, what I think is also is that you've got to have good food to have all these things, yeah, so you can feel good and everything about yourself. And the best way to do that is by growing your own veg. Get out in the garden. It's this time of the year you can go out in the garden. You can do everything. I put my seeds in the other day, and and I'm waiting to see what happens. And if they don't pop, I'll go to the garden centre and I'll purchase some that's already about this high, and I'll put them in the ground and I'll watch them grow. There's no excuse not to grow, because remember, it's what you put inside your body is what your body is going to work and how it's going to shift itself and make sure that everything's going well. Yeah. Now, I talk about everything's going well in life and everything. I remember my mother when she first came to the UK, yeah, in 1957. My mum came to the UK. Yeah, I came in 1958, and I was 7 years of age when I came. So I've been here a good while. Uh, this country here, was really on its knees. Yeah, and we as West Indians, when our parents came, they came to help build a country. They came to do things. It's not every black person that you see, especially elderly black person that you see, smokes weed, is a thief, is doing anything that's wrong. Yeah, now it's a younger generation, like my generation. I mean, yeah, a lot of us smoke weed and stuff and did things, but the majority of elders that came before us, yeah, when they came to this country, did things and just tried to build a country, yeah. And the women, the reason I'm getting onto this is that the women taught and said, you've got to do better, you've got to do better, you've got to do better. And it's mostly the women that did that, black women. My mother was one. She wanted me to go to school and become something really positive, And we won't talk about my life, but I'm just saying. Anyhow, there's a woman called Jane Elliott, and she's talking about the plight of the black woman in general. So let's hear this young lady. Well, I was calling her young lady, and let's hear what she's got to say. And then after that, we will come back, and you can let me know in the comments what you think about this one.
And as an educator, do you think we achieve equality in the education system? Like, for us to do that, like, what has to happen for black kids to have the same education as white kids and be, and be invested in as much?
They haven't been given equality in education. We aren't providing equal education to all children, and we won't provide equal education to all children, because at the heart of hearts, we know that any people who are descended from those first black human beings who did those fantastic things, who carry all that black DNA, are going to do better than our white students are. If we give them all the same equal education, we're going to see black students do what white students have done, which is make tremendous gains, because all of a sudden they are being asked to live up to people's expectations instead of down to people's expectations. In this country, black students are expected to live down to the teacher's expectations of them. White children are expected to live up to the teacher's expectations of them, which is why we teach a history that isn't history. We teach social studies that is anti-social studies. We lower our expectations for those black kids when they come through that schoolroom door particularly for those black males. Because if they succeed, we pale faces have failed. Make no mistake about that.
Mm.
We will allow black people to become good at several things: music, dance, entertainment, and comedy sketches. Oh, yeah, because we want to use them and we want to laugh at them. But we don't want them to become as good at science, technology, and all those other things. We are willing to allow them to become good as entertainers.
Mm. Now,
Am
now you said
I explaining what's
expectation.
happening?
You said expectation, and that I feel like that is a very important word because
Of course it is. We expect our
expectation.
children.
I think our expectations of ourselves initially. First, I expect the expectations that our parents have for us, and then that translates into our expectations of ourselves. And after that, I think that kind of determines what path you take in life.
But do you know how hard it must be for a black woman to continue to tell her child, particularly her son, that he can make it in view of all the ugliness that is said about him, around him, and around her on a daily basis?
Mm.
I don't think we have any idea how very absolutely powerful black women are. They raise children who refuse to live down to white people's expectations of them.
Mm.
You must have had some black parentage that was really excellent, and you must be responding to that most days. Even when you were in trouble, you knew that your mother wouldn't appreciate it. I don't know about your parentage, but I know that if I lived down to the expectations of the people in Riceville, where my family was concerned, we were dirt poor. And one of the teachers who taught with me, they interviewed her for an article in a newspaper, and she said, well, it was amazing that she was even able to do as well as she did, considering the family she came from. Now, I was expected to fail because I came from a family of 7 kids with a Catholic mother and a Baptist father on a hard rock farm in northeast Iowa, where the topsoil was about 2 inches deep, and we had no money, and we weren't supposed to amount to anything. We exceeded their expectations, and they never forgave me for it. And I know they did. They still to this day they say, well, she's going to end up. They're going to find out that she's lying. She learned this from somebody else, and I'm thinking, oh, sweet Jesus, let me keep my mouth shut here. If we knew how hard it doesn't always work, you see. If we knew how hard black women have to maintain their sanity in this insane society, amount of respect for black women. I think it's absolutely fantastic what they're able to do, in spite of all the ugliness we put in their paths.
So yeah, you see what I'm saying? My mother wanted me to go and be, something in school, But what did I do? But that's not the point. The point of what I'm trying to say here is that as a young man, the only really positive people I had to tell me to do positive things were black women. I'm sad, it's true, I'm telling you. If I tell you what I wanted to be when I was young, because of the people that I hang around with, you'd be like, what? Yeah, I'm telling you. I just wanted to just go out there and just sell weed. Yeah, I'm being serious, because most of the men I saw were selling weed. That's what I wanted to do. But my mother and the women around me would say, no, get an education. So what she's saying is true. Black women do have it tough. They do have it really tough, and especially with the boys, because we're not growing up to be women. Most of us are growing up, majority are growing up to be men, So we need men in our lives, But no, the women are there. The women are there 100%. My mother is a testament to that. Until the day she died, she was there for us. You know what I mean? Anyhow, listen, I really pray and hope that you're all good health, and remember, the Most High loves you more than I do, but I love you. And if no one's told you today that they love you, I'm telling you, I love you. Look after yourselves, look after your health, and may the grace of the Most High be with you. See you.